and today I'd like to present my work. After Aislinn the lion was killed by the witch and the others left except Lucy and Susan. They knelt next to him. Then their tears slipped to his wound. Suddenly, Aislinn stood up. Susan and Lucy gasped in delight. I am fine. I ate a kind of plant which could protect my organs and flesh after mixing with humans' tears, and that was why I was alive. Also, I have the responsibility to protect everyone in Narnia, so no apology is needed. The two girls cuddled Aislinn. Then they walked and walked until they found a deep, dark cave. They crept into that cave where nobody could be found. They slept on cuboid-shaped rocks as they were so tired. There were plants nearby which provided food for them too. The next day, Aislinn and the kids had some plans. Aislinn asked, Edmund, do you remember what that castle looked like? Not really, but I remember about that garden. There are many marble statues which looked painful and real. Also, tons of man-eating flowers were planted at the garden. Edmund answered. They then planned how to rescue those poor creatures, which were turned into stone. They talked with each other for a long time. The next week, they started making weapons with some stone and ice balls for the other animals to use in the war. They made ice bows, ice arrows which had a layer of liquid, which could be an anesthetic. After preparing for a week, Aislinn led the other creatures to fight with the witch. The kids rode on the 4 leopards. Others, like bears and beavers, got their weapons and followed them. They walked and walked for 5 hours until they reached the witch's castle. They opened the gates and went inside. The stone castle was enormous and spooky with many exhibits. Then Mr. Beaver and Mrs. Beaver insisted on exploring the environments inside the castle bravely. They opened the door and tiptoed inside. After going into the witch's castle, they hid behind a statue and argued about who was going to listen what that witch was saying. Then the witch heard their conversation and found them. They were running while their breath was running out. Then a few guards surrounded them. When they were about to be caught, those guards fainted. A bear shot them. Then the beavers crept into the castle again and took a set of arrows and bow and tried to help Aislinn shooting the evil creatures. At the same moment, Aislinn and the others went inside, which shocked the witch. Aislinn told the evil creatures to give up, but nobody did. Eventually, and the war began. The beavers' partners shot so many dwarfs and giants down. The kids healed the injured animals and others battled with the dwarfs and giants. The witch and Aislinn battled. The witch was so cunning that she had so many traps at her castle, like hole traps and mouse traps. However, Aislinn was much wiser and didn't step into them. Then the man-eating the witch told Aislinn to battle at the garden as she wanted Aislinn to step into the field of man-eating flowers. They went there. When Aislinn was about to lose, the witch accidentally fell into the sea of flowers from the wooden bridge. Luckily, Aislinn grabbed her and she was rescued, but her wand was eaten. After that, she was so surprised that Aislinn saved her. She noticed that she was so mean and cruel to the others before. She apologized, and Aislinn's team finally won. After that war, Narnia remained peaceful and spring arrived. All the creatures were glad, and the dwarfs and giants learned to be friends with the animals. Finally, Aislinn became the king again, and the 4 kids went back to the spare room. They visited the magical kingdom every year since then. Thank you for listening to my story. Thank you.